Greetings Slackers, September Band here with another video, and in the last video I was talking about marijuana in California and the legalization of recreational marijuana. This is going to be a really big deal, but the state that I currently reside in, which is right next door, Arizona, has not legalized it yet. Now they have a framework for medical marijuana, such as you can get your medical marijuana card and you can, own marijuana. But as I found out when trying to purchase a firearm, because at the federal level it's still not approved. You have to basically give it up in order to exercise your Second Amendment right. So you cannot have marijuana and a gun at the same time. And so that's just not freedom. You don't really hear about people getting high and then going and shooting somebody. You hear mostly people overreacting, and when you find out what substance it was that contributed to that, you'll find out it was alcohol. But Arizona is slated to be next. And so they tried to pass it a year ago during the 2016 election, and it failed. And so I was talking with someone about this at an art walk that I went to, because they were taking signatures and, trying to get people, to sign up and, hey, yeah, we're going to try to do this again. And so they were saying they were trying to put through the right kind of framework so that way it pleases, the regulators as well as, the growers, and supporting the industry and the businesses and this and that. And so that's fine. And so we'll just have to sit back and see what's going to happen. But as of where I'm at, these are just trends and predictions. So there's two states surrounding me, Nevada to the north, California to the west. And so there's going to be a lot of traffic over the weekends. You already have it here in this state. People can get it. It is available. But the laws for it, are another thing. I mean, getting caught with possession, you're looking at some serious jail time. And that's stupid. That's stupid for a plant, okay? When you really take a look at what is this all about, if people choose to indulge, so long as they're not harming anyone or offending anyone, what's really the matter? But the problem is you've had a lot of old-time lawmakers and different interests in this state that were against it. And so what did they do? They clamped down on it. And so as a prediction, I can see that the freeways heading west and heading northwest, okay, are going to be packed on the weekend with people streaming out of here. These are going to be the new go-to destinations besides heading northeast to go to Colorado. And, if they don't pass it in this state, again, I would foresee people, especially young people, streaming out of this state and going into states like Colorado or Nevada or California, where it is legal and it's not as frowned upon, and you have a regulatory framework that supports you being able to consume it. So we'll just have to see what happens. Other states that I've heard about, Texas, it would be really big there if they approved it and went recreational. But a lot of these states where you see that it's going recreational, they're also having a migration. People are flooding in from other places. And so this is helping to boost tax revenues. They're raising money. And so I can only imagine what it's going to be like, are there going to be more babies because of this? Because let's admit, sex while you're high, it's another level, right? So you're going to have more people, I'm sure, indulging in that. Will the STD rate spike? Possibly, because more people will be kind of, in the mood to be freaky deaky and just, hey, whatever, But when they go to the doctor and they ask, hey, what's this rash about, that's when shit gets real. All right, we're back. Got cut off in that last section here, but going on and continuing with my point. A lot of these states, from what I've been reading about, they're having a problem with being able to fund their pensions. Now, these are guarantees that they made to retirees that, work with the city, with the state or whatnot. And so they're having trouble keeping their youth. If the youth moves to other places where there are activities, things going on, and the law is, supporting again their consumption and indulgence of this substance. I can foresee young teens, namely older millennials, that's the demographic that they try to describe, okay, are going to be moving to states where it's friendly. Another trend that I foresee, a lot of businesses right now want to be hard-nosed, okay, and, not support their employees being able to indulge and use it. And I understand that, if you're on the clock and you're working around heavy machinery and equipment, you're operating that stuff, hey, you got to be in the right frame of mind. Therefore, you can't be impaired. But if it's some type of other job where you are not operating equipment, okay, and you're allowed to, sort of indulge, what kind of effect is that going to have on the workforce? Are people going to be as stressed? Because the reason why people do it is because it helps them to unwind. It's much better for you than alcohol, okay? And it helps you to sleep. There's a list of different things that it helps to correct. You can look that more up for yourself online. But what are your thoughts on some of these trends that I've talked about in regards to these states and marijuana being recreational use, people migrating, you know, laws surrounding employment and businesses? I kind of foresee that changing. I would think after a while people will say, I don't want to work for a company that has a drug policy that is this strict and this rigid. If I take a piss test and I pop dirty, I don't want to be threatened with the loss of my job, especially if I was doing my job and I wasn't hurting anyone. So who knows? We may see zero tolerance policies shift because people won't want to work at these companies. They'll be lined up at companies that are supportive. But again, these are just some thoughts and ideas that I'm throwing out there. Share with me down in the comment section what your thoughts on this matter are. And that's going to do it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one.